Hey guys, today I'm going to do a review for you on the Legendary Dex 2 box of Yu-Gi-Oh! In this video, I'm planning on comparing it to the first Legendary Dex pack and determine which one's better. And secondly, I'm going to also determine if buying one of these boxes, at least one of them, is worth your money. And third, I'm going to rate it with stars from 1 through 5, 1 being the worst, 5 being the best. Alright? So yeah, without any further ado, let's get into this review. Okay, first of all, some of the featured cards here are the Dark Burning Magic card and the Dark Burning Attack one. Hold on. Yeah, so we have Dark Burning Magic, and then Dark Burning Attack, and Eternal Soul are the three kind of new promo cards that they brought in from the OCG. And then they also have the 3 playable Egyptian God cards with original artwork, and they are tournament legal. And then you have many other cards here, including 3 tokens, and Exodia, Legendary Exodia Incarnate, Obliterate, and you have like another Blue Eyes Ultimate Dragon reprint, and 5 reprints of Exodia. So yeah, there's that, and Obliterate. And then you have the original Dark Magician, original Blue Eyes White Dragon, along with 2 other Blue Eyes White Dragons. And Exodia Necros. So yeah, and then just a bunch of other cards. So now comparing this to the second one had the 5 Exodia pieces ultra rare form. This one had them in common form, but this one also had gods that are playable versus the non-playable ones. And it brought in, the other legendary one brought in like 3 OCG cards and brought them into TCG. That was like Electromagnetic Turtle, and 2 Dark Magician support cards, where this one had 3 Dark Magician support cards / Dark Magician Girl support cards, along with Exodia cards that can make an Exodia deck more interesting than that solitary one-person style Exodia draw-out deck. And it also had, Exodia Necros, which was like a long-awaited reprint for me. The other one had like 3 different Dark Magicians, including the Red Dark Magician that they called it, or as we like to call it, or as I like to call it, the Arcana Dark Magician for the first time, along with the 2 other kinds of Dark Magicians. And it also had 3 different Dark Magician Girls, where this one only had 1 kind of Dark Magician and 1 kind of Dark Magician Girl, but that's because this box was based out of 3 character decks, Yugi, Kaiba, and Joey, where the other one was just 3 of Yugi's. So that the first pack definitely wins when it comes to Yugi's cards. However, this one wins when it comes to the variety of different cards, and it also wins when it comes to how the current meta is in dueling, because they've modernized Yugi's and Kaiba's deck a little bit, even Yugi's deck a little bit. So yeah. So I think the clear winner, though, is this one, the Yugioh Legendary Dex 2. That's the clear winner between that and the first one. Now, as for is it worth your money, I believe, yes, it is worth the money to get at least one of them, especially if you're like an old school collector like me, or even if you just like Exodia or the Gods, or anything like that. Because that's all in here, and even cards that were previously OCG exclusive. I know you for sure don't have those before this came out, so I'm sure it's worth $30 to $35 to get this, depending on where you got it. I got it at Shopco. But yeah, so definitely worth the money. Now, as for the rating, in stars from 1 through 5, well, it had I already mentioned everything not everything they had, but most of the good stuff they had, or their main stuff, and they have, they have about as much as you could hope for. Like, they don't have everything. Obviously, it could be better in some aspects. Like, to me personally, there's other card choices that they could have chosen that would have been better, in my opinion. But in reality, I personally couldn't ask for more, more from Konami for this, for what they gave us in this box, with all these OCG exclusive cards now in the TCG and legal, and the legal god cards with Exodia. You have all the most powerful, iconic cards from the original series, along with some OCG exclusive cards, Dark Magician support, things like that. I personally could not have asked for more, although I could have, hoped for more. There was, that they can always make it a little better until to a certain point, but for nowadays in the modern times, this is one of the most perfect packs they could have given us. So therefore, I'm going to rate it confidently a 5 out of 5 stars. I do that very rarely with newer packs nowadays. But yes, this one's definitely 5 out of 5 stars. 5 golden stars. And that's about it for the review. Thanks for watching. Hope to see you in the next video.